humans have existed on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years, as well as all the other species of animals and plants that have existed, and through natural selection and survival of the fittest. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear me because it's very windy today, but going on another walk now, and just past this reasonably new car park, which reminded me what architecture we build these days, and made me think to myself, what the fuck were they thinking when they did that? What makes them think that that's visually appealing to the eye? It just looks like chaos. However, I try and see positive and negative, and someone can patent this idea if they like and cut me in on the profit, but it started me thinking, why aren't cheese graters able to grate cheese both ways? Why is it always down action that helps you to grate cheese? Why can't they grate cheese on the upward stroke as well? Just my thought for the day as I venture down this long, boring road to my walk. I think that's a great crested grebe. A bit too far away, and perhaps with the winter plumage. I'm zoomed out to max there, and there's another couple over there. Yeah, perhaps it's too far away to tell. But, yeah, which would be nice if that's what they are. They certainly not mallards, and I haven't seen a great crested grebe for years. I thought they were slightly more colourful in the crest. I shall have to look it up when I get home. Today's little journey, just a slightly different route down to the river, and I shall be going in that direction and joining the canal in as normal. Afternoon campers, how the devil are you? So as soon as I wait for a nice quiet bit, away from the wind, bloody great big train goes past. Anyway, seems a lot quieter along the canal today. Repetitive, yes. Is my life repetitive at the moment? Yes, I guess it bloody well is. But these little trips, whether it's the same canal walk that I've done for the last 3 days, or little trips out on my bike, or walks that are a little bit longer, or exploring different parts of Greater Manchester, or hopefully soon, as restrictions start to lift slowly, according to Boris, we're able to get out and about a bit further legally, and I can get on the train or a bus, probably a train, and go and explore further afield places that I haven't been to for ages, like Glossop and the Pennines, but hopefully longer distance than that too. So I'm going to be going to Wales, North Wales probably, and the Lake District, and seeing what's going on there, and getting trim, and my stamina built up, ready for shut up. My stamina built up, ready for, hopefully, fingers crossed, a coast-to-coast walk sometime later this year. You watch, I'll go and be overloaded with work now. I've been furloughed for the last few months again. I'll go and be overrun with jobs to do for work, or be fired and not have enough money to do it at all. Who knows? So the things are looking good. This kind of little stroll is sustaining me for the time being, and that's good. You know, it's good to get out and about. It's not quite as stunning weather as it was yesterday, fresh and blue sky and sunny, and today is slightly more overcast, but it's still warmer. The temperature's getting warmer, and that's a good sign. Spring is on its way, and things are looking hopeful for the future. So basically, what does the future hold? Well, for none of us at the moment, I suppose we can put our hand on our heart and say for certain what our future entails, individually or as a planet, as a species. So I'm restricted in what I can actually say in that respect, but I can pontificate, as I always do, and my musings would lead me to believe that things will get better, work will improve, travel, at least within the UK, will be restrictions will be lifted, and there is talk at the moment. I don't watch the news, but through the snippets that I've gathered, and just glancing at newspapers as I go shopping and stuff like that, I have noticed that there are huge swathes of the population and politicians, maybe in other countries too, asking for a vaccination passport. So that it sounds to me like you're only going to be allowed to go to other countries if your passport has been stamped with the fact that you've been vaccinated against this stupid COVID thing, which personally, that's another video, but personally I think that's against human rights. You shouldn't have to be vaccinated against something that you either have or haven't had, and haven't in my case, and have no qualms. If I get a disease, then the NHS can do their best for me, and if I die, I die. That's the natural selection of the human species, as with any other species. I'm getting into it, and I didn't want to get into it, but nobody is going to inject my body with anything against my will. That's a human rights issue, and I will refuse to do it. And if that then leads to prison sentences, which is obviously the extreme version of what could happen, you don't get vaccinated, you go to prison, then fair enough, but you'll have to catch me first, and I'll probably be out in the wilds somewhere, living my life as a Neanderthal, and surviving somewhere very remote. So there we go, bit of an offshoot from what a lazy day by the canal it is, but that looks like the way things are going globally. Fingers crossed, hopefully it doesn't come to that, and people can still travel without having their rights violated by this stupid recommendation that you have a vaccination that they're not even sure that works or not, and has only been tested for less than a year, when most vaccines have to be tested for years and years and years before they're deemed safe to inject into the human body. And if you look back through history, you can see the negative results of vaccinations that have gone wrong. When I was a kid, I think we've all got that little dimple on our left arm, the top of our left arm. It was their scream that scared me more than anything else. I think it was actually the runner running past scared the shit out of those girls. That's hilarious. Just lost my train of thought, whatever you call it. Vaccinations should be tested and tested and tested. Even if that's even supposing that you agree with them to start with. Humans have existed on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years, as well as all the other species of animals and plants that have existed, and through natural selection and survival of the fittest, here we are today with a very strong planet. If we then start messing about with all that and trying to prevent things from happening, then these diseases are just going to keep coming. And so there's a lot to be said for actually just let the strong survive and let the weak die. Very, very mean way of looking at things, I know, but that's kind of my broad spectrum of feelings about the whole subject. All of this from where does the future go, and I suppose all I can do at the end of the day is try as best I can to guarantee my own future, is in as much as that's possible. For the moment, at least, it looks like lots of walking, some cycling, exploring places, getting out, camping, as the weather gets better, going on nice long walks and treks, doing a bit of bushcrafting, and I'm just practicing for survival in the wild, I suppose, is one of the underlying factors involved in that. If it all does come push to shove and apocalypse hits, then I want to be prepared for that, fitness-wise and gear-wise. So that's kind of something that's on the back burner for me, is getting prepared for that. But also I've discovered it fairly late in life, getting out into the outdoors and all the benefits that you get from that, and enjoying the hell out of it at the moment. So why not? Job-wise, I don't know if I'm going to have a job. People are always going to want to learn English, that's for sure. Whether it continues online or not, I don't know. We may go back to classrooms when everyone starts going back to buildings, but what the restrictions are going to be like, who knows? So there you go, there's my thoughts about my future. My immediate future is walking. My medium-term future is lots more walking, and longer-term overnight walking stops. I like the coast to coast that I've got planned, and that's about it. That's about as far as it goes. I am 50. I'll be 51 in April, and things happen in your life that make you realise that life doesn't continue forever. I can remember when my dad was 51 and my mum, and it doesn't seem very long ago. And now my dad's gone, and my mum is disabled, stuck at home, not able to move about very much, still completely wired up top, but I've seen the restrictions that the old age puts on you, not just from my parents, but from being an ambulance driver as well. And also, as I mentioned previously in another video, how quickly things can go awry. When you get to a certain age, you past 50 certainly, the chances are that the increasing chances of something going wrong with your body or your mind as each year progresses, until sometimes you might get to the stage where you're so incapable that you can't do anything about it. You can't change your circumstances to make things better for yourself. So enjoy every moment as it comes. That's my motto. Enjoy every day. Didn't really particularly want to come out for a walk today, but it's cheered me up, it's freshened me up. I'm going to have a nice cup of tea and dunk some digestive biscuits in it in a minute, and have a sit down and then finish my walk off and enjoy every single moment. When you're young, you think you're going to last forever, and you suddenly realise as time edges on, you realise that that's not the case. So enjoy every single second as much as you can. Don't sit at home watching the TV, it's full of shite. Get out and about, enjoy your life, do some creation, some crafting, create something, whatever your hobbies are, or discover new hobbies. Go and make the most of every meeting, encounter that you have with other people in your life, so that you leave the best mark possible. As Hayes Outdoors says, great channel, go and have a look at his channel. major cheerful bushcrafty guy that's inspired me a lot to make these videos. As he says, I want to be the best version of myself that I possibly can, and that's a great phrase to take with you throughout the rest of your life. That's the motto for today. Here endeth